Everyone, so this is um Eric Trades, and I want to walk you through on how I analyze the chart using support and resistance and trend lines. So basically, um, you, you go to your high time frame, okay, and you're only looking out for structure, knowing what's happening in the market. Preferentially, just the trend line. So I used to start with the daily mostly because it gives me that bit of. So I draw my trend lines from week to week, sometimes body to body, but I love week to week. So I know that price is bullish. Okay, it's a daily move. So rule number one when you're trading support and resistance, trade a trending market. Okay, a trending market, the one that's giving you high highs and or lower lows, ranging unless otherwise, if you've got a strategy for it. But so we want to see high highs forming and lower lows forming. So that's a good uh, trend line for us. So in this case, we've got that. Then how we mark support and resistance is you draw. So I usually I do this. Is what support is for me. So I'm just showing you how to analyze the chart. So support is, so I mean when price comes back here, I'm expecting to buy. So there are only two rules that you must follow whenever you're trading support and resistance. Number one is that every time you're trading, whatever you are supposed to enter from, because entry is important than just knowing what support and resistance is, it must always be perpendicular, forming a 90 degrees angle, meaning there should be an X somewhere, something like this. Okay, there's this level and then there's a trend line. A trend line and the support or resistance must always coincide, must always meet, creating an X, our area of interest. So meaning we cannot enter for any buy using the daily right now here or anywhere here. We don't enter from here. We want to enter from here. So when I see price coming back, if I see price coming back here and then begin to move, I know it's not gonna go anywhere. It might crash to the downside. Like gives me even an idea of like trying to like look for sales, right? Exactly, following this trend line. Yeah, but if I'm looking for buys, I want price to come back here. Here is your area of interest, and then you buy. Okay, that's how you trade. That's how you trade. Don't make sure always that it always coincides. This is what kills everybody in the market. It always coincides. So let me now. So I've got that support. I'm zooming into my 4 hour, trying to see anything that is any trend that is forming. So nothing there to look at mostly. Okay, so this is what you also have to know, how to overlap. I'm just trying to fix this trend line here. It's kind of okay. Okay, so then we zoom into our lower term frame, lower term frame. We still want to see a trend line following. So I know we've got like let me just show you this. We've got like a trend line where we're like, okay, maybe we can create something like from here. We've got these two lows, right? We've got these two lows. Let me just zoom in a little bit. We've got these two lows, high, low, so or rather high, and then so we can connect them just for maybe in the market later market want to use it. Then we can use our inner trend line again to connect these levels. So we've got this level, so we're having a high, a low, a high, something like that. Let's do our support and resistance. Then I've got this support. Never go for buys without a trend line, never go for sales without a trend line. I've also got this support, Okay, nice. We're gonna see how we're gonna analyze. We're gonna see how we're gonna analyze. So we've got this. These are more support levels that I'm interested in, and just mere support and resistance. Don't even over complicate it. You're gonna see how it's gonna be so neat. So we've got that support. Okay. I'm expecting price to bounce from this level and go to the upside, right? Of course, of course. So then what do I need? I need to make sure that it's aligned with my um my what my my structure, my trend line. So when I look at this is my trend line. Seems like it's been broken, right? It's like it's been broken. It's been broken. So this is why things get good as a trader, because you're looking at price and you're trying to figure it out. Okay, where is it gonna go? Right? Is it gonna move to the downside or it's gonna go to the upside? So you've got this, and then so what you want to do is you've already established that what support and preferentially the like, as you can see, overall market structure. Okay, we're in a bullish trend, the high time frame, and what a support level, okay, of the high time frame. But what has really happened is we're seeing market moving to the downside, right? We're seeing market like breaking trend line. Breaking a trend line shouldn't be an issue for us because um we don't trade trend lines as in just trend line. We trade support and resistance, but trend lines are a confluence to us. Okay, so the only time I want to sell is when I see market coming, break that low. So let's see what has happened in this case. Let's see my timer. Okay, so we're having this support. We are ready to buy, right? We're ready to buy. So let me show you this. You've got this low, right? Let me just try to remove this other trend line. If, for example, you are looking for sales, we want to see a break of an hourly time frame. You can see rejections. A lower time frame, 30 minutes, we're not seeing rejections, right? We're seeing the market like breaking past that support that we had. Then you test and also has created an inner low, then creating a resistance somewhere like here, right? Creating a resistance somewhere like here, which price also tried to like use. So there's that resistance where price is trying to use. Okay, so when someone let's continue now. So we're looking for buys and we're not going to go for sales. Why? Because as you can see, market is bullish overally. Let's on a hard time frame, which is basically the 1 hour, right? And we're seeing rejections on 1 hour here. The reason why you shouldn't look for sales, like the reason why for me I shouldn't look for sales, is not just because price is created in a lower low here. I know it has created that in a lower low where price has even like respected a little bit of it, right? Yeah. But the only reason is very simple. It's because we haven't broken structure yet. Like you can see, market is made this move to the upside, meaning was to in the range for buys. Unless price comes and created something like this, we could have used this low here. Why? Because now we understand that overall structure has been taken out, meaning some call it market structure shift or a change of character in whatever market structure. So let me just give you or print to you what market structure is. This is how we make high highs, right? But when we make lower lows like this, it doesn't necessarily mean we are moving bearish unless we break below, despite creating lower lows. Unless we create below here, then we can use this resistance here. We're not going to use this resistance. We're going to use the recent market structure, right? Because now we know that we've broken market structure. We've made this market structure shift. Then there is this low here. So we can now trade to the downside. So in this case, we're making high highs. Then we've made the lower low. So unless the price had broken below this level, we could have made a low and another low here, right? Then we could have used this one here, and then we shoot to the downside. Most importantly, so that's a knowledge that you shouldn't forget. So in this case, you should look for buys. So overlook that I just wanted to stress it out for those that might look or want to look for buys. So unless price breaks below this level here, when we see price breaking below this level, then we can come and use this low here and trade it like that. Okay, so that's how you analyze. So in this case, now let's go to our confluence. We said we're trading trend line. Of course, where price has already tapped into or touched our trend line, and we're at support. Nice. Always make sure that we trade. We're always making sure that we trade in what? Within the trend line, meaning that price taps into our trade line. Okay, so we've made that, and then we want to look at everything. So we've made this diagonal. There's also so it's our area of interest, and then mm, okay, yeah. So that's our area of interest. For those that are looking for buys, this is why you enter from. How you enter really it depends up to you, but you want to wait for the London session to open. Then you, when it opens, then you can capitalize on those. So right now I'm looking for buys. So what is happening now? You wait on, yeah, you only wait for that confirmation. Usually wait for an M pattern. That's me. A lower term from M pattern, like the way it has at our interest or area of interest. So let me just justify my area of interest a little bit more nice using my the other trend lines. Okay, so this is what we're buying from. Basically, this is where our area of interest is gonna be now. Hope it's making sense. Okay. So I'm not choosing trading view, just MT5. So this is how you trade support and resistance effectively. Um, I would have loved to analyze the chart for you, but we're gonna do it in the next video. Subscribe for more.